Hey everybody, it is Natalie from Power Moon Tarot. Welcome to your reading. Today's reading is called New Moon in Scorpio, Gaining Strength. And this new moon in Scorpio is trine Saturn. So we're talking about where we can gain longevity and strength in what we're doing and what we're working on in our lives right now. And this new moon in Scorpio is also in the background of a grand water trine between Mercury, Neptune, and Mars. So that is also beneficial as well. Now, there is a really strong Mars-Pluto opposition going on right now, but I'm really looking at it from the perspective of, particularly right now, where can we gain more strength and gain more resilience in areas of our life that we have been working on. Resilience, maturity, and strength, so that we have energy for the things that we really love and that we can move forward in that manner. I'm also getting an energy about admiration and finding a person that has overcome, for instance, the struggle that you're working through right now. Finding a person that has overcome that struggle or has worked really hard to move through that struggle, and then using that as a inspiration for pushing through something in your own life that can be very challenging. So let's go ahead and get into your reading. We have 3 piles to choose from. We have pile number 1, which is the release pile. It says, release anything that keeps you from your path of authenticity. So if you're feeling that energy, you'll choose pile number 1. For pile number 2, we have advancement. A strong energy is propelling you forward. Follow the stirrings of your heart. If you're feeling that, you'll choose pile number 2. And for pile number 3, we have vibration. Your vibration is being raised to higher levels. You are connected to cosmic intelligence, okay? So whatever word you are drawn to today, whether it is the release, advancement, or vibration, and each card or each pile is going to get 2 houses, 2 astrological houses, where currently in your life, the energy is gaining momentum or gaining strength for you in a positive way, okay? So we'll be looking at that. And for those of you that are ready, you can go directly to the description box below and choose your pile. There'll be timestamps in the description box below. If you like my reading and would like readings and you would like a personal reading with me, details for how to receive one are below. If you'd like astrological services from me, details for how to receive that are below as well, such as natal chart readings, upcoming year ahead, transits, etc. I'm happy to help with that in your own life as well. Let me go ahead and bring pile number 1 into view. And let's go ahead and get into the energy. Pile number 1, welcome to your reading. You chose the release pile, and today's reading is called Release. Well, actually, it's the new moon in Scorpio, okay, which is today. And your card says, release anything that keeps you from your path of authenticity, okay? So looking for gaining strength, confidence, strength, etc., to release the things that no longer serve us. And I've got 2 houses here, okay? And if you don't know what houses are in astrology, that's fine, I'll explain them, of where you are currently gaining strength in your life right now, okay? So let's take a look at what those are. Ooh, we've got the 5th house in passion. The 5th house in astrology has to do with children, passion, pleasure, creativity, inner child experiences. Here on this card, you can see an easel with like an art station set up, and you can see painting going on, arts and crafts, doing what you passionately love, music, talent, The fifth house in astrology is a very fun and optimistic, outgoing. It's a fire house, so it's a trine house, so it trines the ascendant. It's about having a good time and engaging in the things that we are like super talented in and sharing that talent with the world, okay? So passions, having the energy to really focus diligently on your passions. If you've ever seen a painter work, when they're really focused and they're detailing a painting, or dancers when they're swaying and they're in like a very creative moment and they're just letting loose. And yeah, that's really awesome. Pile number one. So looking for, and also the fifth house has to do with pleasure, sexual pleasure, release, right? You guys have the release card. Maybe needing to have more fun, pile number one. And we have the sixth house of sustainability, okay? And the sixth house in astrology has to do with work, our work ethic, how we approach our daily routine and habits. It also has to do with preventative care. So like if we're trying to take care of ourselves and, meditate more, or take long walks, or get into a health and fitness routine that really like balances our mind and balances our emotions. That is interesting. And perhaps, creating routines in your life that actually create sustainability for you to enjoy your passions, okay? And, or perhaps enjoying your passions creates greater health and wellness in your life. Having a more balanced life, eating nutrition, eating, nutrition, health, exercise, anything preventative, meditation, chanting, mantra, making your doctor appointments, going to your dentist, going to going to Tai Chi, going to Reiki, all those types of things would be activities that are gaining strength. And if you've been feeling like really low energy and just kind of like no energy to actually work on your passions and do what you love, I feel like this new moon in Scorpio is helping you to release some of those burdens, since you guys chose the release card, so that you can actually focus on these two areas of your life, okay? So let's go ahead and take a look at what is coming up for you. Give the cards a quick shuffle. And I love this deck. It's very colorful. And it's very fifth house, passion, new ideas, thriving, having fun, setting aside time. Like the sixth house is very much time management, right? More time management to do the things that you love, instead of like doom scrolling or being chronically online all the time, right? A lot of times when I listen to YouTube videos, I like to go on walks and things like that, but I also sometimes just like to listen to music or be silent. And that's a very sixth house type of thing. Go for a walk, listen to a podcast, get your mind right, all that kind of good stuff, okay? Take care of your plants. Seven of Pentacles, water your garden. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at what we have here. We have Humpback Whale and Singer. Wow, that's so interesting with the fifth house of creativity. Maybe some of you actually are singers, or you're very good at singing, or you wanted to form a band, or you're into things musically, or you just love going to shows and hearing different people sing. But sound healing, for sure. That would really take the fifth house and the sixth house and put them together, like, sound healing or performing in a sound healing ceremony, things like that. Singing healing songs for the world, the Humpback Whale. Your inner navigation will always guide you. Nothing can stop you or keep you from your goal. Align with your purpose and the power in your soul. Ooh, I love that. Yes, gaining strength. Nothing can stop you or keep you from your goal. Love that. And like I said, this new moon in Scorpio is trining Saturn and Pisces. And, you know, of course, the oceans, humpback whales. That's very interesting. Nothing can stop you from your passions. We have the Eight of Swords. We have the 10 of Pentacles. Having the resources and money and time to do the things that you love. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. And I love that because it's about investing. You know, maybe you don't know exactly where everything is leading to, but investing in yourself is never it's never a bad idea. I feel it's always a good thing to invest in yourself. Pile number 1. Yeah, we have cultivation. You are in the growing phase right now, and you must continue to water the seeds you have planted in order to reap the rewards. Yeah, new moons are all about planting the seed and watering what the seeds that you've planted in order to reap the rewards ahead. And the 10 of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune is about, you know, it's about good material success. It is about gaining riches and gaining money. Maybe some of the stuff that you're doing, you can't really see it right now, but some of the stuff that you're doing will actually help you to achieve like greater financial results in your future as well. Okay. And the Eight of Swords can be where we don't have the best planning around things, or we're not being patient enough, or we don't have like great planning. And it is a Jupiter and Gemini card, and Jupiter and Gemini has made everybody like full of ideas and full of, but maybe not sticking to things or sticking to routines. And so, you know, it is about how can I take the momentum that I have today and turn it into something more profitable for my future. Okay. And for some of you here, maybe your passions can even bring you money and financial rewards. Okay. Like could actually bring in extra income for you. And wouldn't that be, you know, wouldn't that be lovely? Right. We have here good luck. Oh my goodness. Well, I love that with the Wheel of Fortune and the 10 of Pentacles. And these are actually, you know, what's interesting is the Wheel of Fortune is Jupiter energy. The Eight of Swords, even though we don't always know with the Eight of Swords what's going on, or we can't see the whole plan right now, it's also a Jupiter card too. So there's a lot of Jupiter energy here, which talks about good luck, good health, increasing strength, okay? Your fortune is improving and you will be getting a lucky break. Collect nuggets of wisdom. Ooh, I love that. Yeah, with the 10 of Pentacles, collect nuggets of wisdom. You will need them in the near future. And it may feel like, oh, I'm just learning a bunch of little different things and they don't really connect and it's just kind of hectic and I don't know how all these things actually fit together. But Spirit is saying, no, they actually do fit together and you will be needing all these little nuggets of wisdom. Financial advice, things that you're getting, things that you're learning, money-wise, very good energy as well. Things that you're picking up at work, tips that you're learning, things that you think maybe is just like side knowledge or isn't actually super relevant, actually becomes very relevant. And perhaps some of you here are wanting to cultivate more positivity, better luck for yourself, okay? And picking up knowledge along the way is a great way to do that. We have faith. Ooh, I love it. Coming out under the Wheel of Fortune. And oh yeah, we got the two opposites, right? The two F's, faith and fear, okay? And, you know, the interesting thing on this humpback whale card is the big full moon in the background. And this is a new moon, so it's not the same as a full moon, but full moons have a way sometimes of kicking up anxiety and kicking up emotions. And, you know, maybe there have been some other, here's the thing. I feel like either pile number one, you're sick of other people being super highly emotional and being very, it's not that you don't like helping people, but there may be some people that have been really like super emotional or super needy, and it's kind of gotten annoying, is what I'm seeing here. Or perhaps you feel that you've been kind of super emotional lately, okay, or super worried, highly emotional. There's kind of an annoyance around that, I feel. And maybe there's certain people that right now it's not super good for you to be hanging out with them because they are like super emotional or super needy, or you work with the public in some way and people have just been very hyper emotional and hypersensitive, and I kind of feel it's like I just really need a break from this energy. Like it's affecting my health. It's making me feel kind of overwhelmed. Like I just can't really be around people right now who are being like really super emotional and super needy, and like I just can't right now, okay? And this release energy, okay? Release anything that keeps you from your path of authenticity. It's not that you don't care or that you're not, you know, sympathetic to their plight. I just feel like you're in the cultivation stage and you've got some really big goals. I feel like with the Ten of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune that you've set for yourself, both, you know, material goals, health goals, physical goals, and people who are being like really, who are really distracting from that are, I feel like, is where you guys are saying, okay, I just can't deal too much with that right now. And I get it. We have growth. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. Yeah. And I also feel like you guys are saying there's been a lot of times in your life where you were unaware of how certain emotions or certain emotional patterns were affecting you, and you're not wanting to, especially fear, worry, anxieties, etc., like that. I feel like you guys are trying to, it's like, okay, there's a lot of emotion, um there's a lot of things that are like welling up and kind of coming out of nowhere, but I really, really want to get past that because I'm looking towards my future. I'm looking towards, and a lot of people, when they look towards the future, they have a lot of anxiety. Like, how am I going to save for retirement? How am I going to save for the future? How am I going to have enough money or resources to do the things that I want to do in the future? And maybe some of you are looking to grow a nest egg, or you want to make a really big investment into something. But it's like, I don't see how it can really happen right now. All right. But I do feel like you are growing. Your consciousness is growing. Your awareness about these issues is much deeper than it has been in the past. Okay. And it is about developing good routines to kind of handle the emotional side of things, or to, if there are certain people in your life you can't really release or disconnect with, like for example, your children, highly emotional, high strung at times, the way kids can be, right? It's like, I can't disconnect from that, but obviously they're my children, but at the same time, I'm trying to plan a better future for us. Okay. So, and not getting super reactive and caught up is something that I feel like you guys are working on. Yeah. Family. That's interesting that I just mentioned children and family, because here we have a family card and it says circles of life on it. Okay. And maybe some of you are wanting to grow your family. All right. Or you're wanting to expand when it comes to children or family, or, you know, finding, if you're a single parent and you're like, you know, I'd like to find somebody that is good with kids and accepts me as I am. And I'd like to find like a good family situation. I'd like to grow my little family, even if it's you and your pet, right? I'd like to get another one, or I'd like to find a pet mommy or a pet daddy, you know, that type of stuff. Okay. And yeah, so the growth of someone's family is definitely on the horizon. Okay. But that may also create some fear too, because it's like, okay, I'm letting like my world has been, the 10 of Pentacles is something being very predictable and standard and normal. But, you know, letting people into that can definitely change the emotional dynamics. Letting people into one's family or growing a family with someone can definitely create like new emotional energy, and that can bring some fear attached to it as well. Okay. We have, yes, the creative for sure. What I've been talking about with the 5th house and creativity, strength, tenacity, dynamism, inspiration, authority, and father. Wow. Because it has to do with the active yang principle and the creative, like the sun. You know, we've got the moon as the feminine, and the sun as the masculine. And this card here is identifying that active yang principle with creative energy. Okay. And something about someone's father here and the circle of life and growth in that. Okay. Maybe some of you in the future, you're like, yeah, I do want to, you know, be with someone and have children with them, or I am a parent and I'd like to find someone else that is a parent too, where our consciousness and our energy aligns and they're a good father or a good mother and the family is important to them. So I am seeing that. But I also feel like for those of you that don't want kids or you're not really into that energy, I also feel like expanding and growing your creative passions are something that is really coming up right now. We have Bamboo Moon. Interesting. I'm going to read that a little bit of that card. And then we have relationships. Okay. New partnerships are coming your way. Reassess present relationships and leave behind those who do not support you. Yeah, release, because new relationships are coming your way. So leave behind those who do not support you. Be clear what you are committing to. Yeah, time commitments, energy commitments, emotions. Okay. If you're unsure about someone's emotional commitment to something, maybe it is time to release that if you've communicated that to them and there's been no changes. But I really feel it's like, yeah, okay, I'm willing to do the work, the 6th house, and I know I'm going to find passion, love, excitement, and energy in my life. I just can't really get stuck on this person or this situation. And that is good. That's good. We've definitely want to move away from that type of energy. I'm just going to read a little bit here about this Bamboo Moon. So it says, just like the cycles of the moon that shift from hidden light to full splendor of solar reflection, only to shift again, your unfoldment is just a matter of timing. You are being encouraged to trust in divine timing. Your dreams and divine destiny are manifesting. Yeah, the Wheel of Fortune right now, whether it's obvious or not, and will continue to unfold. You are not forgotten, nor are your gifts being over or underestimated. All is well in the divine plan, okay? And so Chinese bamboo helps us learn the wisdom of divine timing. For about 5 years of its early life, it appears with bamboo that nothing much is going on as the small roots attempt to ground themselves. Yet when they are ready, those roots are exceptionally strong and the plant suddenly grows like wildfire. Yeah, wild growth, okay? And So can it be with divine timing. There are periods when not much appears to be going on, and we begin to expect that this will always be the case. Yet this inner preparation time allows for swift development and growth when we are ready, okay? So a lot of growth, mentioning growth and growth like wildfire, and we have this growth card right here. And there's no reason to like be afraid of the future. Have faith, have optimism about it. I feel like pile number 1, and continue to cultivate your garden, and good luck is coming your way. So thank you so much, pile number 1. I wish you all the very best, my friends, and take care. Pile number 2, welcome to your reading, my friends. You have chosen the advancement card. Thank you so much for being here today. And today's reading is called The New Moon in Scorpio, Gaining Strength. And each pile has 2 houses astrologically where you are gaining strength in your life right now. And if you don't know what houses are in astrology, don't worry, I will explain, okay? So let's go ahead. And your guys' card reads, a strong energy is propelling you forward. Follow the stirrings of your heart, okay? We've got the Ace of Wands on the bottom of the deck. Ooh, I love that. That's exciting. We've got the 11th house of community, okay? And we've got the 3rd house of communication. So in astrology, these 2 houses are air houses and have to do a lot with our relating to other people and also friendships, okay? And also where the 11th house in astrology is where we come together with other people with a common purpose in mind, and we find like a lot of community, or we find a lot of relating, a lot of friendship, a lot of like also support. The 11th house is where we find our supporters and the people that clap for us, or our audience, or the people that listen to what we're doing. The 3rd house has to do with communication. It has to do with how we're thinking about things. It has to do with short distance travel. The 3rd house in astrology is also, you know, often associated with friendship as well. And for those of you that have been feeling like socially, your social life has really been sucking, or you feel like, socially, I've just been under the weather. I haven't had energy to spend with my friends, or I just moved to this new place and I'm trying to find my community. I'm trying to find the people that I can relate to. I'm trying to find my tribe, people that I can communicate with and that I can trust. Okay, or if you'd like to get involved more in your community and have more of a social life, I do see these areas improving for you. Pile number 2, and gaining strength for you. Also, for those of you that work-wise, your work has a lot to do with communication, writing, speeches you have to give, talking in public, anything where your work has to do with something like politically, or making sure to get the politics right in a situation at your job and impress your boss, or things like that. All of those things are coming into fruition for those of you that are self-employed, and you know, advertising is important, getting the message out, getting community involvement. I feel like all of these things are currently going to be currently increasing for you. Pile number 2, okay? And the 11th house is also a house of profit from a business. So that is very good news indeed, where if you have a business and you're wanting to, you know, increase awareness for it or get your message out, I feel like these are very important areas where for you right now, and where things are definitely advancing for you. 3rd house, Gemini energy, 11th house, Aquarius energy, air houses, social houses, connecting with people that way. This energy is advancing for you guys. And let's go ahead and Or if you're waiting for communication on something, or you're waiting to receive notice or approval or a letter about something, I feel like the answer is yes. And it helps you with the Ace of Wands. It's like, yes, the answer is yes. And it allows you to move forward on something, okay? Like for those of you particularly who are waiting for money to come through for school or a grant or approval, or you're waiting on some type of letter or communication for your research, your studies, your grant, your approval, I feel like that is definitely gaining momentum for you guys, okay? So let's get into it. Ooh, we've got eagle energy and mastery. You are on a spiritual journey beyond the sky. Let go of the past and soar. You are guided by the winds of spirit. Your wisdom inspires the world. Eagle energy. I love that. And I'm just going to open my door real quick here, pile number 2. Sorry, everybody. My dog wanted in the room, so I let her in. And yeah, I love this eagle energy. Let go of the past and soar. In the past, if it was really hard to relate to people or get people excited about the things that you were interested in, and you felt kind of like an outcast, or you felt like there was no one to talk to, or no one was really hearing out your plans and what you had on the table for something, I feel like, you know, don't hold on to that. Just let go of the past and soar. You are guided by the winds of spirit. Ah, the winds, right? Very much like the wind, kind of like coming and advancing things with air houses here. We have the Lovers, Gemini energy, again, connection. We have 9 of Pentacles, lavish energy, the 9 of Cups. Ooh, I like that. And you know what? I feel like you guys could really be connecting with somebody at a networking event, okay? And I feel like you show up to the event and you're dressed amazing, great style, look beautiful, but you're there mainly for business purposes, or you're mainly there to talk to someone, or you're mainly there for like financial success purposes, but you end up talking to somebody who is really fun to talk to, really has an outgoing, engaging, and sense of humor, and really digs what you're saying and what you're doing. And this person may also be kind of interested in you in a way as well. Like personally interested in you, not just interested in what you're saying or what you're trying to achieve. For those of you here who are like writers and you're wanting to get your message out, I definitely feel like communication, going to events, meeting people respond very nicely to you. They respond very well to you, and they want to talk to you and have conversations with you. And the thing is I feel you guys are being pretty serious though with the 9 of Pentacles. Yeah, you're open to communication, but you're wanting to keep it on track with your goals and what you're trying to do. But I do feel like people are very like open to your message and are very attracted to your energy, which is always helpful when you're trying to socialize something new, okay? Especially if you're trying to sell something or pitch something, I think that's very important. We have Passage. Your current situation is a means to an end. You're making an uncertain voyage to a new world. Enjoy the discoveries as you go. Yeah, so again, you are connecting with people, you are talking to people. It is helpful, even if it's just allowing you to practice what you're set out to do. Like sometimes we can look at opening up conversations and dialogue with people as practice. Like, oh, I'm trying to learn how to pitch things better. I'm trying to learn how to present myself in a certain way, or I'm trying to learn to attract a certain energy in my life by dressing a certain way, or, you know, and that may seem very like contrived, but I don't feel like it's, you know, I don't feel like you guys are deliberately being conniving or anything like that. Pile number 2, you are very concerned about your advancement, and you want to be around people where it can be a mutually beneficial energy, the lovers, and, can create good things together, okay? But I feel you are very focused or business minded about something right now, and people are, but I also kind of feel like you may have to enjoy and relax and just enjoy the social energy and get to talking. And then you find out, oh my gosh, we have these things in common. Oh my gosh, we've got these things that we can talk about, right? But what I feel like is people wanting to connect with you, being attracted to your message, being attracted to your personal brand, that type of thing. For those of you who are like looking for work or looking for grants, approvals, like funding for things that you're doing, this is very positive energy, okay? And I feel like it is advancing, or at least allowing you the opportunity to practice, right? To practice what you preach. And it says here, honest work. It's okay to have a job that's not very glamorous. Get some experience to help you move up in the future. Success is a process, not a quick fix, okay? And it's okay. And look, someone here is like bartending or, working at an establishment, working at a drink establishment. It could be bartending, barista, coffee house, restaurant work. You meet a lot of people and you talk to a lot of people in those environments, and you can always sharpen your communication skills there and your networking skills and getting to know different people. But I also feel like this job that you have or this thing that you're doing, it's not like a permanent thing. It's more of a means to an end, but it's fine to, not have with mastery here. I do feel some of you could have master's degrees, or you could have working on PhDs, or you could be very well learned on a topic. But sometimes we have to take another job just to kind of make the ends meet. But I honestly feel if you have to do that, pile number 2, it's all good, because it may not feel all good right at first, because I feel you guys are very driven with this eagle energy. I feel like you are extremely driven with what you want, okay? And you're not wanting to settle for things that are not serious or dedicated to what they're doing. And I get that, but I also think if you do take a job for extra money, I think you're going to be very good at it. I think you're going to talk to a lot of people. I think you're going to make money. I think you're going to be successful with it. And I think you're going to connect with new people. And maybe some of you are wanting to take a job like that, but in a higher level establishment, or in a more high-end establishment where people spend more money and more high-level players come in and have things that they're doing and saying and talking about projects. And it's a good way to get involved in that world and to kind of get talking to people, is what I'm seeing here. Okay, we have space and we have growth. Yeah, giving yourself the space and time to grow. And it may seem like they're finding spaces that we can grow in, right? And a lot of people these days are talking about third spaces, right? I don't know if you guys have heard that talk in social media about thirds, spaces, which is very third house and 11th house, finding places that are not your home and are not your work, right? It's we need third spaces. We need spaces where we can gather in community. We need places where we can get to know new people, talk to new people, be social, have fun, enjoy, right? We need spaces to grow. We need third spaces, okay? And maybe some of you are going to be, with Eagle, I feel some of you here could be like in third spaces, but being leaders in those positions. Yeah, I do work for such and such place and social house, and I am the manager there, or I am the, lead supervisor there, that type of thing. I feel you guys getting into a promotion or advancement situation and being like the lead or the manager, or getting to know the person who is the lead or the manager really well, and it advancing something that you're trying to do, okay? So keep an open mind. I would feel like with this space card, it may feel like, this isn't a space where I can grow. And if it's not a space where you can grow, then at least have fun, right? At least talk to people, at least get to know people, at least sharpen your communication skills, all of that. But I do feel like there is space for you to grow. You may not see it right away, but I do feel like there is space to grow a relationship or a social environment. And it could come from like a job that you picked up just to earn some extra money on the weekend type thing. And it actually does give you the space you need to grow. We have acceptance. I am learning to accept the things I cannot change. Not everybody is as serious about their spiritual mastery or their destiny, I feel like. Eagle is very much associated with Scorpio energy. And Scorpio energy can be very driven, ambitious, and serious about things. And sometimes like having, going out and being social with no purpose in mind, just to have fun or enjoy. For a really driven Scorpionic type person, that may seem like a waste of time, right? But actually it's like, okay, yes, I am very driven. I am very goal oriented. I am trying to make these things happen in my life. I do want advancement, but I guess I can take some time to go hang out or to spend time with friends. And then also understanding that not everyone in your life is going to be as motivated as you. It is not going to want to be pushed maybe in the way that you want to be pushed or you like to push yourself, right? And being able to be in social situations with people and just relate to them and be chilled, be relaxed, and talk to them without pushing an agenda or without making them kind of think or see things the way that you do is good, right? Because we want to be careful, like we want to set up the relationship and get the foundation established before we kind of go in for the kill type thing. And Eagle energy is very much like going in for the kill, or seeing something that you want and really pushing for it or going for it, okay? And it's like the acceptance to say, okay, not everybody's as driven as I am, but there's still something for me to gain here. There's still growth. There's still something for me to gain. We have air. Yeah, again, more air energy. 11th house, 3rd house, the lovers, right? The eagle flies through the air, okay? And again, we see a bird in the air here. So again, it says fly free, all right? On this card, air and fly free. And what that means is that you can go into different situations and relate to and talk to different people, and you don't have to stay put in situations. Like the 3rd house is where we're being like a social butterfly. We're talking to everyone. We're open to communication, okay? And we're not going to get stuck in a situation where we feel like we can't grow or we feel like we're bored or there's I'm sick of talking to this person, I want to leave type thing. I'm going to pull an Irish goodbye, like that type of energy. Pile number 2, okay? But Spirit is saying, like, don't get stuck to one particular thing. Fly free. Be an individual. Be yourself. Be fun. Okay? Be spontaneous. And enjoy the journey. All right. And be like a social butterfly going from here to there to everywhere, and enjoy yourself with it. Have a good time. 9 of Cups. Okay. We have inner truth, which is the wisdom of the heart, clarity, purity, intuitive knowing, insight, consciousness, and penetrating illusions. Okay. And I kind of feel, pile number 2, that in your life, maybe there's been a lot of times where you've been in social situations or you've been around people and it's interesting because it's not like you don't know how to relate to people or you don't know how to talk to people, because I feel you do, but you may feel like your inner truth is telling you, like, this situation is not really me, or this situation is not really meant for me, or this is not really where I belong, okay? And, you know, it's okay to know that and to have that inner truth and be like, yeah, I'm talking to this person, but it's not really, like, I think you have an intuitive knowing about situations. And it's okay in a way, like, you're not, I don't feel you're being fake or you're whatever, pile number 2. I just feel like you have an understanding whether a situation or a person is for you or not. It doesn't mean that you aren't going to be polite and that you aren't going to be kind, but I feel like keeping your inner truth and your clarity at a really high level and giving yourself the freedom to go into different spaces and meet different people without getting too sucked in and too attached to anything right now is kind of where maybe you need to be, like flying high like the eagle and kind of observing. And if you don't like something, then kind of leaving or going to find a different area or a different group, right, is something that could be beneficial. All right. And we have here, reveal the peacock beauty. And she's playing a very, you know, it takes a lot of talent and skill. She's playing a very difficult instrument, and she's listening to her inner truth. I feel like, yeah, truth again. Okay. And I'm going to read a little bit about this reveal the peacock beauty. But again, here we have the truth card, and it says, remain authentic to your core values. Truth can be masked, so be objective when dealing with emotional issues. Address areas in your life that are not achieving your deepest truth. Okay? Address areas in your life. And again, we have inner truth on this card. And then we've got truth here. So there is a lot of, you know, realizations, inner realizations, and inner truth. A lot of air sign energy coming through here. And this is very much like Libra, justice, okay? Remain authentic to your core values. Truth can be masked, so be objective when dealing with others. Address areas in your life that are not achieving your deepest truth, okay? And it's okay if an area isn't achieving your deepest truth, but it may just be temporary with this passage card here, or you're just passing through, kind of, I'm just passing through town, or I'm just passing through type of thing. That's fine as well, okay? The peacock beauty can silence us with her sheer magnificence, reminding us of the power of genuine beauty. She'll bring us into peace and harmony within. There's a stirring within you to create greater beauty in your life, to honor the creative ability that you have to express the sublime feelings within you, okay? And as the power of the throat chakra grows, Our urge to express ourselves in uniquely creative ways can become strong. This creativity is the voice of the soul wishing to manifest itself in the physical world. The power of your soul is starting to flow through your words and plans. The best way to use this power wisely is to decide what you speak, choose to do, or intend to create will be in alignment with the divine beauty that is present within. The peacock beauty, Kuan Yin, in her graceful expression, urges you to follow what is truly beautiful to your heart and know that this will bring harmony within you and into the world most freely. This oracle is an indicator that whatever project, plan, or purpose you have been contemplating is in alignment with the higher creativity of your soul. Don't worry if the details aren't unfolding as you thought that they would. It's always wise to be clear with your intentions and surrender the details to the universe so that they can unfold according to a vision greater than your own. Yeah, vision, eagle eye, all of that is very true with the eagle vision. It says here that Peacock Beauty is blessing you now with her compassion and grace, helping you to let go of fear or doubt about your own ability to create, whether it be music, writing, healing, or a healthier body or a clearer mind. The desires within you are already in process of being created. Don't give up, but do let go. Allow the beauty within to find expression now, for it is time for inner beauty to shine. Yeah, inner truth, inner beauty, all of that definitely coming up in your reading. Pile number 2, that is what I am getting for you, my friends. I hope that reading resonated for you, and I wish you all the very best, my loves. Take care. Let's move on to pile number 3. Okay. Pile number 3, welcome to your reading. You chose the vibration card, and today's reading is about the new moon in Scorpio and gaining strength, okay? And we have 2 cards here, and everyone is getting 2 houses where they're 2 astrological houses where the energy is gaining strength or gaining momentum for them, okay? So let's go ahead and we are going to take a look at and if you don't know what houses are in astrology, no worries, okay? We've got the 10 of Wands on the bottom of the deck. Ooh, we have the 7th house of relationships. I love that. Partnership, marriage, relationships. And the 12th house of introspection. Interesting. So these are the 2 houses where you're gaining strength and energy right now, okay? And your card says your vibration is being raised to higher levels. You are connected to cosmic intelligence, okay? The 12th house in astrology does have to do with our vibration and our spirituality and you know, our ability to like mediumship, channeling, sensitivity. It has to do with like the inner chaos within and making sense of it and harnessing that chaotic, crazy, wild energy for something bigger. Also, the 12th house has to do with charity and service and devotion to a higher purpose, okay? Being of service, helping others, you know, it has to do with escaping like our everyday reality and going within to the quiet within. All right. And the 12th house that says introspection. So meditation, walks, channeling, spirituality, mediumship, chakra cleanses, all of that is very like 12th house energy. And we also have, and the 12th house in astrology is also a house of hidden enemies. So, but not just like other enemies, it can also be areas where we are like shooting our own self in the foot, or where we continue to like overwork, right? 10 of Wands, where we continue to self-punish or overwork, or we're being compassionate with everyone else, but we're not being compassionate or caring with our own selves. All that energy, I feel like 12th house stuff is definitely coming up to be looked at, pile number 3. And it also has to do with, like, the 12th house has to do with ghosts, the occult, haunted areas, haunted things. And of course, we just had Halloween, and today is the Day of the Dead. So very interesting, like 12th house gaining energy. The things that we don't readily see are all in the 12th house and coming up to be seen. And then we have relationships, right? Coming up as well here too. And, you know, connection, true unifying love and connection, a true recognition of a soulmate, finding more out about ourselves. And I truly feel, pile number 3, like the purpose of relationships, you know, is to grow and all of that. But I also feel like one of the main purposes of relationships is to get to know another side of ourselves and who we are through our ability to relate to someone else. Okay. And, the 7th house is associated like with Libra energy. The 12th house is associated with Pisces energy. And, you know, the 12th house is also our unconscious, therapy, going to therapy, going into our dream life, going into our dreams. The 12th house also has to do with sleep. And for those of you that have been struggling to sleep, I feel like this is a good sign that sleep is going to be forthcoming. And we all know how important sleep is. Like, if we didn't have it, we would literally die and not survive. And yeah, so sleep is also very mysterious in a lot of ways. And for those of you that are looking to have healthier sleep or better sleep, I feel like, yes, it's good. And maybe you've been overworking yourself and it's hard because you're not really resting at night either. All right. And that energy of trusting someone with partnerships is also coming up here. Pile number 3. Of course, new moon in Scorpio, very intimate energies coming up, I feel like, in your reading. So let's take a look at what we have here for pile number 3. We have Elephant and Greatness. Love is your strength. Leadership is your path. Your wisdom inspires everyone you meet. You can overcome any problem. You will naturally and easily achieve success. Oh, and I love this. You guys are like really super sweet, caring, and emotionally intelligent individuals. I feel the 12th house is very intuitive, and it's also very like emotionally intelligent. And you guys are like very, very sweet. I feel love is your strength. Yeah, definitely. We have the Queen of Pentacles holding it down. Okay. And grounding, being grounded. Empress. Ooh, I love that. So beautiful. We have Page of Pentacles. Ooh, that is nice. Pile number 3. Self-care, self-preservation, self-care, being really kind to yourself, being really kind to others is definitely coming up here. And we have here guidance. Divine forces are showing you the way to go. You are discovering another piece of your destiny and your purpose in life. Ooh, I love that. Yeah, and I kind of was feeling like this Empress was like a spirit guide coming through, or an ancestor, a loved one coming through to watch over you or to be there for you and provide you with the guidance that you're seeking right now. And I feel like your ancestors are saying there is somebody who is going to be very special to you, and somebody who loves you very much, and a person who is incredibly caring and kind, and like somebody who is very dedicated, committed, etc. This Page of Pentacles, I feel like your ancestor is bringing through this Page of Pentacles. And I feel like a lot of you have been doing everything on your own in life. And it can feel like I'm just struggling in this life alone. And it'd be really nice to have a partner that I could trust and depend on and rely on. Okay. But maybe some of you feel like, oh my God, like, you know, my picker's been broken, or I've picked the wrong people in the past, or I've been like very self-sacrificing with the 12th house and relationships in the past when it comes to love, giving like way too much of myself away. And I honestly feel like your vibration is improving around these issues, around self-worth, self-esteem, self-care. All of this is like rising. I feel like your vibration is rising, and your ancestors are, I feel like, calling someone in for you that is very sweet and calm and dedicated and kind. And I feel like your ancestors are like playing matchmaker, and they're like, I know of a perfect person for you who would be absolutely make you so happy. Okay. And we have people skills. Wow. And that's coming out under the Empress. You have a flair for working well with others. You could be a diplomat, counselor, salesperson, or head of the company. Yeah, that's 7th house stuff. People skills, relating to other people. And your people skills are definitely gonna make you money, I feel like, pile number 3, which is important because with the 12th house, there can be a lot of like expenses and things that we need to get rid of. So definitely people skills. You have a flair for working well with others. And some of you here may be very good at guiding other people and selling things, or we may have like counselors in this pile, people who are highly intuitive and also very good at talking to other people and, you know, being like a negotiator, a peacekeeper, a matchmaker. Some of you may be very skilled in that area, pile number 3. Especially matchmakers, knowing how to connect people. That's a very interesting skill. Knowing intuitively who would do well together. Is maybe some of you here are like matchmakers, or you're very good at, you could be a very good salesperson as well. Love it. We have here death, okay? And that's interesting coming out under this Page of Pentacles, because I kind of feel some of you, what's interesting with the 12th house and mediumship, some of you here may have mediumship abilities, and I kind of feel like the other side, or people that have passed on, are very apt to like give you guys messages. Some of you here may have mediumship abilities, and because of your people skills, because you're so good at talking to people and relating to people and saying things in a way that is very diplomatic and very nice and not hurting people's feelings, I feel like a lot of spiritual energy is attracted to you because of that, because you are a peacekeeper and a diplomat and a counselor in situations. I do feel like there is somebody I feel coming through in your reading, pile number 3. And it could be like a mother and a brother, or a female figure in your, like a grandmother coming through, talking about, pile number 3, talking about your child or your son, or bringing through information about someone's brother who passed on. Now, do you guys have, pile number 3, I have to ask, do you have a friend that has recently lost a child, or Does your child have a friend that recently lost someone? I am getting something about someone young who passed away with this Page of Pentacles and death. And somebody is trying to bring through an intuitive message to you about this situation, I feel. Now, this isn't going to resonate for everyone, but I just have to say it because as your vibration is rising and being raised to higher cosmic intelligence, you're going to be getting more information intuitively about people and situations, and Spirit is really trusting you with a lot. With the Elephant here, I do feel like you guys are highly emotionally intelligent, and you know how to deliver information in a very caring way and provide guidance to people in a very loving manner. And I feel like Spirit is wanting to take advantage of those skills that you have to bring through messages to you that could be very healing for other people who are going through grief and loss and pain about situations that have happened. I remember years ago in my 20s, pile number 3, when a friend of mine, her mother had actually passed away, and we were in our early 20s at the time, but her mother came through really, really clearly to me and gave me a message. It was like a dream state, kind of half awake, half not thing where it happened. And she came to me, and I told my friend, you know, obviously with her permission, I didn't just dump it on her. I said, I feel like your mom visited me in a dream. I was like half awake, half not. And she had this message for you. And my friend, it was something very specific and not like general, but very specific. And my friend, you know, received the message. She started crying and was like, thank you, you know, for telling me that. But I felt like her mother was really, her mother's energy was really around me at that time because she wanted to get a message to my friend. And so it's interesting sometimes if you're an intuitive person and you're a 12th house person and you are very, you know, maybe 12th house can be where we're reluctant to kind of get involved and stuff like that, but sometimes it just shows up at our doorstep and we get messages and things that we are supposed to be passing on to people. And yeah, and I think that that is something, because this story is coming up, and the more that our vibration is attuning to higher levels, to the unseen world, to the unconscious, the more that we're attuning to that, the more that we receive. And I feel like for you guys, you are receiving a lot and your vibration is rising. And some of you could be getting a lot of more intuitive messages, intense dreams, you know, intense messages that you want to bring through. And obviously you're going to do it with grace and diplomacy, and you're not just going to dump it on people or disrespect people's boundaries, because I feel like you guys are very, you know, mature with the Queen of Pentacles, pile number 3. You're very mature people. You're very wise. And it may have been hard to find a partner, 7th house, who's kind of on your level or who has your level of maturity or who has your level of emotional intelligence. It may have been really hard to kind of find that because, yeah, when you're in the spiritual realm and you're doing stuff and you're working with that energy, and it can be very hard to find people who vibrate on your level, right? Vibration. And it's not to be snobby or to be holier than thou or to be, you know, it's not to be any of that, because I don't feel you are that. With the Queen of Pentacles, you're a very humble person, okay? But I also feel like, yeah, there is like a lot of guidance and people skills that you guys have to guide people through very difficult situations when they are going through deep loss and grief. You guys are there to help guide people through that and to bring healing. We have movement here, okay? Movement. Your wisdom inspires everyone you meet. You can overcome any problem. You will naturally and easily achieve success, okay? So if you haven't had much movement when it comes to your relationships and things have been kind of stagnant or stuck, I do see with the Empress and the Page of Pentacles, I do see growth happening, movement, change happening when it comes to this. Self-esteem, exactly. Yep, I possess gifts of the soul that benefit me and others, okay? And that's what it says, self-esteem. I possess gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. And the Queen of Pentacles does have a lot of gifts and guidance and wisdom to give. And the Queen of Pentacles also shows where we've learned to value ourselves correctly. And the same with the Empress, where we've learned to value ourselves and respect ourselves when it comes to relationships, okay? And self-esteem increasing really does raise your vibration and leave you more available to positive relationships where you do meet somebody kind of on the same level as you. We have Akashic Records, evaluation and review. Yeah, and you know, this is something that, and here's the thing, I do feel that we can get a lot of self-esteem from our intuitive gifts and our spiritual gifts, but I think it's also important to know that even without those intuitive gifts or spiritual gifts, that you're still a valuable person, a lovable person, an amazing person, that even just the mundane side of you, Queen of Pentacles, deserves to have good things in your life. Even if you aren't sacrificing for other people or helping others or, you know, putting your needs aside for other people, even if you're not like reading the room and impressing other people with your intuitive skills, etc., you're still a very valuable person. Even just the mundane person that gets up in the morning and brushes their teeth and washes their hair, like, you know, you're still a very valuable, amazing human being. Regardless of if you lost all of your spiritual gifts tomorrow, you would still be an amazing person, okay? And understanding that about yourself, I feel like has been like really key. I feel like pile number 3 to raising your vibration. And perhaps some of you here do have a very strong connection to the Akashic Records or Akashic Record reading. And this is like very 12th house, going into an unconscious state, tapping into the Akashic Records and bringing back messages for people, especially as it relates to, with the Death card here, to like past lives or you know, current lifetimes where people have passed. Akashic Record readings can be very healing for people. And, you know, even periodically going into your own Akashic Records. And I do feel like Spirit is trying to show you something from your Akashic Records, pile number 3, and it could have to do with a mother and a child, or like a wife and a child, like a mother who has a son or a grandmother who has a son, something like that, okay, where somebody passed away and the relationship was very close, but the other person had to move on. I do feel like again, Spirit is kind of like pointing back to this situation with this Akashic Record issue, okay? We have the turning point, the start of a new cycle, okay? Right timing, inevitability, steady improvements. And we see the snake eating its tail here. What a complicated web we lead through all of our lives. We have the Ouroboros here as a symbol to the start of a new cycle, okay? And as we know, like, death isn't the end, and it's just the beginning of a new cycle. And so, yeah, that is interesting with this turning point here, particularly with your relationships. There's a huge death of a cycle, and there is an opportunity for grounded new beginnings where things are very steadily improving with the Page of Pentacles. Like things are steadily improving. You've learned lessons. A new cycle is beginning. There's a turning point when it comes to your relationships, okay? We have immortal treasures. Ooh, that's beautiful. And we have spiritual guides. How would you like to be more spiritually connected? Do you have any unresolved issues from the past? What magical qualities do you wish to possess? Okay, and you know, when it comes to your self-esteem, where it comes to moving ahead, when it comes to raising your vibration, and perhaps for some of you, raising your vibration does have to do with getting up and moving, taking walks, traveling, going different places, perhaps because when you're in a very 12th house, when your vibration is really being attuned and you're in a very 12th house channeling type of an environment, getting up and moving is quite important to break up the energy, okay? So I am seeing that too as well, because I do feel the 12th house is like strongly coming through. And there is a major turning point in a relationship where it is time to let go of something. You guys already know it, I feel, pile number 3. And let's look at this immortal treasures. I'm just going to read a little bit of that, and then we will be closing your reading. So we have here, you carry within you a precious immortal treasure. They exist beyond life and death. Yeah, right? Death. Belonging to the celestial heaven realms of the divine presence within you. Kuan Yin now guides you to honor those treasures, the gifts of your soul, which include the ability that you have to transmit healing. Honor yourself as a healer. Whether formally or informally, your soul brings a special healing light to humanity. You have divine support in your role as a healer. Yeah, your spirit guides, definitely this Empress energy coming through, support. You have support as a healer. In whatever way, unusual or highly unusual, that this is unfolding for you now. Okay, it says, just remember to take care of yourself. An empty cup cannot fill another. Yeah, that is very true with the 7th house and the 12th house. An empty cup cannot fill another cup. It's better to allow your inner cup to be spiritually filled and emotionally and physically replenished, balanced through self-care. A bit of indulgence balanced with loving discipline and boundaries that make you feel safe and secure within. To find the right way to care for yourself, explore what might work for you. It might be yoga, meditation, a sacred time each day to sit with a crystal or talk from your heart with your guidance, a health retreat, time in nature, a good book, or some laughing and playing time with loved ones. Your healing ability will find new levels of power. Wow, vibration. Okay, your healing ability will find new levels of power and strength through exploration of self-care. The immortal treasures of the soul are to be shared with loving respect of your own self as well as for others. This oracle can indicate that it is helpful for you to explore healing of an issue you have been dealing with and is yet to be resolved. If you have been contemplating visiting a healer or taking a break from a stressful situation, this card supports you in doing that. You might need a chance to replenish and withdraw for a short time, and it may help you meet this need. Yeah, with this 12th house, like replenish and withdraw, go within yourself, all of that. And yeah, I am going... You may also benefit if you feel inclined from healing with another. Yeah, and that could be like a partner's massage, or like if you do have a partner in your life and you're both working on your inner healing journey, then, you know, maybe booking like a partner massage or going to a healing retreat with a friend, or doing something in a social atmosphere with the 7th house here that involves spiritual healing could be a very nice energy for you guys to embrace, okay? So pile number 3, that is what I am getting for you, my friends. I hope that that reading resonated for you. Love to hear your comments. Take care, all.